Well, he even on my platform, he said that he apologized to you if you felt disrespected.
Yeah.
He said it publicly.
Yeah.
And I guess he felt people were blaming him for Esso and Hynaken leaving.
No, he didn't have anything to do.
But he said that though. He said people were saying that after his show they left and people were trying to blame him on and stuff like that, which I know was bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Why did they leave from your point of view?
They got fired. For creating a podcast while on a podcast. That was part of our agreement was we focus on this, and they decided to focus on something else.
Yeah, it's funny because I just had Adam on my show, and the same thing happened with him. And I remember me and him had a conversation.
But I don't know, did he fire them because of that?
No, they quit. But we talked about what led up to them quitting.
Right.
And the podcasts were like a thing because the way he explained it was they had a show on No Jumper and they would bring in guests and they would have sometimes good, strong guests. But then they started to figure out that, hey, we got our own podcast. So let's bring the best guests onto our podcast and then just go get our check and No Jumper.
And that's the shit that I couldn't tolerate.
Listen, what I told him was that when it comes to employees at Vlad TV, everyone signs a non-compete.
Right.
Meaning that you can't create content that competes with what Vlad TV is doing. Like people have been let go because of this.
Right.
You can't, like, let's just say you're booking interviews, and you're a full-time employee, you can't then go and book the same person on a competing show if you're working full-time for them. Now, if you're a contractor, I expect you to do that.
Right.
That's why whatever podcasts I have, like Sean Prez, for example, Sean Prez does interviews for me, but then he has his own podcast, so he'll interview some of the same people.
No, but
that's cool.
But this particular situation is because I noticed what was going on. I felt the difference in the room every time I walked in. I started to make the joke that when you guys gonna let me in the other group chat? You know what I'm saying? Like I felt the difference, and then certain days that I needed to shoot, because you know how it is. You get a guest. Sometimes it might be a high-profile guest. Okay, we only got a certain window of time to get this done.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? I need everybody, and people can't show up, and they can't tell me why. It's because you're shooting your own show.
Yeah.
That can't work.
Man, listen, you can't work at Google and build your own search engine to compete on the side. It's just, shit doesn't work that way. Now, there's certain laws that I think in certain states where you actually can do that, but my thing is like...
Why? Why the fuck?
It doesn't, it doesn't make sense. What purpose does it serve? It doesn't say. And the thing is that there's so many other things you could do. So it's like, for example, if one of my employees wants to do like a skateboarding video or want to do independent film on the weekend, great. I fully support it. You can't use my equipment, but you know what I mean? If you want to do something like that, want to do a cooking show, whatever, go for it.
No, I've offered for months to fund whatever show they wanted to create on my platform.
Yeah, they didn't want to do that.
They didn't want to do that. So it's like, they're basically cutting me out of a situation. So I cut you out of my situation. Simple as that.
That's that.
But I don't hold no, despite seeing these guys go up there and lie about this revolt situation and me cutting them out of it and how they left and they're responsible for a certain amount of my subscribers, and a year later couldn't get a eighth of it on your own. I don't hold no ill will towards it. I just don't appreciate that after, even if you thought that's what I did, even if you thought it, here we are almost a year later. It's no revolt situation. It's none of this going on. Why let that lie live? Why not just say, yo, it was wrong. We were victims of our own traumas.
Yeah.
And, Math did well by us. And for some reason, we thought he was going to do something shady. So we just started moving shady. And then we got out there and told everybody this was the shady move and found out there was no shady move.
I've had ex-employees that have done the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Vlad, this, that, and the third. And, I was the reason why it was so successful. And, they went out and tried to start their own competing platform and they got 6 months in and they gave up.
Yeah.
Because it's just not as easy as it seems.
Like I don't even feel but that's my only issue.
Yeah.
Is that whatever you thought it was, now, a year later, you see it wasn't that.
Mm-hmm.
Why continue to try to keep that alive? You know?